In this video, I'm going to be taking you back to October 2022 when I spent 2 weeks in Canada. The main purpose of going to Canada was to see my boyfriend who had just moved back, and we started our trip in Montreal. We spent one day exploring Old Montreal. I remember it being very windy and rainy that day, so we tried our best to walk and see as much as possible. We walked along the waterfront of the port and popped into some stores along St. Paul Street. The salad bar called Mandy's was recommended in many vlogs, and so I was keen to try it out. We have pretty good salads there, so I can also recommend it. We started another day early by walking along St. Laurent Boulevard to find a breakfast spot. After a quick bite, we walked towards Mount Royal Park, as there is a really nice high point by the chalet where you can look out over the city. And I really enjoy finding high points in any city that I go to make sure that I can see what the city looks like from above. Later that evening, I went to my first hockey game at the Bell Centre. It was the opening game of the season, and it was a game between the Montreal Canadiens and Toronto Maple Leafs. For the last morning in Montreal, we walked through the Plateau area, which is where we stayed. I found this beautiful park online with an iconic row of colourful houses. This is the site that I have seen in so many vlogs, so I finally got to see it in person. I also love seeing the squirrels among the fallen leaves and climbing up the trees. We then started the drive from Montreal to Toronto. It took around 6 hours or maybe a little bit more because there was a lot of traffic, but I had the very hard job of sitting in the passenger seat and looking out at the trees. I honestly did not get tired of the sight of the autumn trees. We only spent the weekend in Toronto. We only had Saturday as the full day there, so we were really trying to cram in as much as possible. We stayed near Trinity Bellwoods Park. It's such a beautiful park. We visited there a few times. On the Saturday, I had a quick highlights tour around the downtown area, did some window shopping along Queen Street West, and watched the Leafs game at a sports bar near Union Station in the evening. On Sunday, we got some juices and sat in the park before walking over to an outdoor market. I spent the second week at my boyfriend's family home, and I was told that going to a pumpkin patch is a very typical Canadian activity to do in October. So of course I got to go to my first pumpkin patch and pick a pumpkin. For my last weekend, we drove down to Niagara. We spent a few days there walking along the water, and we took the ferry boat towards the waterfall, which I would definitely recommend. It's the one on the Canadian side of the falls. It takes you really close, and it's a great way to appreciate the grandness of Niagara Falls. that is my summary of my time in Canada. It was very short and sweet. You can also stay tuned to a bunch of content from my 9 months of living abroad and traveling around, so you can stay tuned for that, and I will talk to you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.